In the depths of a tormented mind, a confession emerged. It was I who killed the old pawnbroker woman and her sister Lizaveta with an axe and robbed them. Picture this, the tormented soul of Raskolnikov, the central figure of Fyodor Dostoevsky's masterpiece, Crime and Punishment. He is a man trapped in the labyrinth of his own guilt, a guilt so overpowering that it threatens to consume him from within. This guilt is not just a simple remorse for a crime committed. Oh no, it is much more profound, a profound psychological torment that gnaws at his very being. Dostoevsky, in his infinite wisdom, chose to explore this guilt, this inner turmoil, and in doing so, he unraveled a moral complexity that still resonates with us today. The question of crime and punishment, the question of morality and law, the question of guilt and redemption. Raskolnikov's guilt, his inner turmoil, is not just a consequence of his crime. It is also a reflection of his own moral compass, his own understanding of right and wrong. And yet, he chose to commit the crime, chose to cross the boundary of morality, chose to challenge the law. Why? Was it desperation? Was it a twisted sense of justice? Was it a desire to test his own limits? Dostoevsky doesn't give us easy answers. Instead, he invites us to delve into Raskolnikov's psyche, to explore the darkness within. He presents us with a man who is not just a criminal but also a human being plagued by guilt and inner torment. The guilt, the torment, it consumes Raskolnikov. It forces him to confess his crime, to accept the punishment of the law. But is it enough? Is the punishment of the law enough to quell the torment of the mind? Is it enough to silence the guilt, the remorse, the regret? As Raskolnikov's guilt consumes him, we are left to question, is the punishment of the mind more tormenting than the punishment of the law? And in this question, we find the true essence of Dostoevsky's exploration of crime and punishment. I wanted to become a Napoleon. That's why I killed her. Raskolnikov justified his crime. With these words, we are plunged into the heart of the paradox of the Superman, a concept that runs like a thread through Fyodor Dostoevsky's masterwork, Crime and Punishment. Raskolnikov, the novel's protagonist, fancies himself a Superman, an extraordinary individual who is above societal norms, morality, and even the law. He believes that he possesses a unique capacity to change the world, much like his idol Napoleon Bonaparte, and that this endows him with the right to transgress conventional boundaries. This belief is what leads him to commit the heinous act of murder. In his eyes, he isn't a criminal, but a revolutionary, a mover of mountains, a game changer. But here lies the paradox. Is one truly a Superman if they need to resort to horrific acts to prove their superiority? Does the act of transgressing moral and legal boundaries not debase the individual rather than elevate them? In Raskolnikov's case, the answer becomes painfully clear. His actions don't lead to the glory he imagines. Instead, they lead him down a path of guilt, isolation, and ultimately his downfall. His belief in his own superiority unravels, revealing the flawed human beneath the grandiose delusions. Dostoevsky uses Raskolnikov's journey to challenge the notion of the Superman, to question the idea that any individual can or should be above the law or morality. He paints a stark picture of the consequences of such a belief, showing us that no matter how extraordinary we believe ourselves to be, we are all bound by a common humanity. The paradox of the Superman reveals that no one is above the law, not even in their minds. It's a powerful reminder that our actions have consequences, and that no matter who we are or what we believe about ourselves, we are all accountable for our deeds. In a moment of redemption, Raskolnikov found himself whispering, resurrecting from the dead. How profound these words are as they echo the theme of redemption in Dostoevsky's novel, Crime and Punishment. We find Raskolnikov, our protagonist, not only in the throes of guilt and torment but also seeking salvation, seeking redemption. The path to redemption is not an easy one. It is often marked by suffering and despair, and Raskolnikov's journey is no exception. His crime, the murder of the pawnbroker, was a transgression that weighed heavily on his soul, tearing him apart. But it was his suffering, his mental and emotional turmoil that became the crucible for his transformation. The suffering Raskolnikov endures is not merely a consequence of his crime. It is a necessary part of his path to redemption. His guilt becomes the catalyst for his spiritual awakening. He is not simply a criminal seeking forgiveness. He is a man seeking redemption, a man yearning for spiritual rebirth. His confession is the turning point in his journey. It is the moment where he acknowledges his guilt, the moment where he takes responsibility for his actions, the moment where he opens himself up to the possibility of redemption. It is the moment where he chooses to walk the path of redemption despite the pain and suffering it entails. This is a testament to Dostoevsky's belief in the power of redemption. He presents redemption not as a simple act of forgiveness, but as a process of transformation. It is a journey that requires suffering, confession, and acceptance. It is a journey that leads to spiritual rebirth. In the end, Raskolnikov's redemption is not just about atoning for his crime. It is about his spiritual rebirth, his resurrection from the dead. It is about his journey from darkness into light, from guilt and despair into hope and redemption. Even in the darkest souls, the light of redemption can still shine through. And in Raskolnikov's story, we see that light, that hope, that possibility of redemption shining through. Sonia, a beacon of love and compassion, held Raskolnikov's hand through his darkest moments. In the intricate web of Dostoevsky's Crime and Punishment, Sonia's character emerges as a pivotal one. She personifies the virtues of love, compassion, and forgiveness, serving as an oasis of empathy in a desert of despair. Sonia, a woman of the night, is ironically the most virtuous character in the story. Her love for Raskolnikov is unconditional, pure, and unwavering. Despite his heinous crime, she sees the man beneath the monstrous act. She recognizes his torment, his guilt, and his struggle. She does not judge him. She does not condemn him. Instead, she offers him a hand to hold, a shoulder to lean on, and a heart to find solace in. Sonia's love is transformative. Her compassion nudges Raskolnikov towards self-realization. She becomes his mirror, reflecting his guilt and his need for redemption. It is through her love that Raskolnikov confronts his crime, his guilt, and his remorse. It is she who guides him towards the path of redemption, towards acceptance of his guilt and the punishment that follows. But Sonia's role isn't just limited to Raskolnikov's transformation. She embodies Dostoevsky's portrayal of love and compassion as powerful tools of change. Her character is a testament to the idea that even in the bleakest of situations, love can plant the seeds of hope, compassion can nurture the soul, and forgiveness can heal the deepest wounds. Sonia's love isn't just for Raskolnikov. It is for humanity, for the belief in the inherent goodness of people, despite their flaws and failings. She symbolizes the potential of love and compassion to change lives, to bring light into the darkest corners, and to heal the most tormented souls. In Sonia, we see Dostoevsky's belief that love and compassion can heal even the most tormented souls. She is the embodiment of an unfaltering faith in the power of love, a faith that holds the promise of redemption and the possibility of a new beginning. In the labyrinth of human psyche, Dostoevsky explores the intricate relationship between crime, punishment, and redemption. We've embarked on a journey through the dark alleyways of Raskolnikov's mind, witnessing his struggle with guilt, his grappling with the paradox of the Superman, and his eventual surrender to the power of redemption. We've also seen how love and compassion play a pivotal role in this intricate narrative, offering a glimmer of hope amidst the gloom. Dostoevsky's Crime and Punishment is a profound study of the human condition, delving into the depths of our moral and psychological landscapes. Raskolnikov, our protagonist, is not just a character in a novel, but a representation of the conflict within us all. He embodies the struggle between our darker impulses and our innate desire for goodness. The theme of guilt, as we discussed, is inescapable in the novel. It haunts Raskolnikov, driving him to the brink of insanity. This guilt is a testament to the innate moral compass within us, a reminder that even in our worst moments, there is a part of us that yearns for righteousness. The paradox of the Superman is another thought-provoking concept. It challenges our understanding of morality, questioning whether certain individuals are indeed above the moral laws that govern the rest of us. This is a question that continues to resonate today, highlighting Dostoevsky's timeless relevance. Redemption, the beacon of hope in this grim narrative, demonstrates the transformative power of repentance and love. Despite his heinous crime, Raskolnikov finds redemption, illustrating that it's never too late to seek forgiveness and change our ways. Love and compassion, as embodied by Sonia, offer a stark contrast to Raskolnikov's initial cold and detached demeanor. They serve as catalysts for his transformation, underscoring the profound impact of empathy and kindness on the human spirit. In the end, Crime and Punishment is not just a tale of a murderer's guilt and redemption, but a mirror reflecting our own moral complexities. Do like, share, and subscribe.